Good evening, everyone. I am your Dungeon Master, and welcome back for another Light in Darkness campaign live play on Twitch. These are every Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. until midnight-ish. I am joined again by Lost Without a Trace. I am joined by Scorched Ace 97. I am joined by Greyman Gaming. I am joined by Morden 56. And holy crap, we're joined by Ari!
Yay! How exciting!
Okay, so when last we met, the party discussed the trip to the bazaar, went and talked to the head of the guard, Zaram Adion, established themselves a merc charter to be able to operate inside the city walls, and went to go and talk to a dwarven blacksmith about some armor and some weapons and a bunch of other things, including oaths and retribution. And now you're once again back at your base.
We have not yet had our visit from Sally Sparklehands.
No, we are still about an hour out from that. Maybe about a half hour out from that.
No worries. Just wanted to make that appointment because...
Yep.
Sparklehands.
Have we actually, looked in the basement of this place yet?
No.
I'm down.
Well, was there anything else Okay, so we met the dwarf, and he's a very nice fellow. He has lots of metal bits everywhere with the metal bits. But he's talented, so that's good. And now we have Miss Sally. What? And then do you go into basements? Is that what we're doing now? This is what we're doing?
How much time? You said about an hour?
About a half hour-ish.
Okay.
I know I can't ish with your character, but it's my campaign.
I'll take an ish.
Okay.
I'll take an ish.
I'll take an ish on this one. All right.
I'll take an ish on this one. Now, when we get close, I want to know exactly if she hits it at that 36 point.
Right.
I want to know if she steps when I told her, or
I will
if
let
she
you
gets
know how close she is in relative to yes.
Okay, that's what I care about. So this one, I'm good with an ish.
All right.
So, second, just to clarify.
Oh God, I broke everything.
We got.
Don't break everything.
What did we break?
I'm not sure anymore.
Oh wow, yeah, we did break.
Oh no!
Oh God,
Hold on.
that's so big.
Ace has taken over
Oh,
the scene.
Ace.
More scorched ace than you could ever actually fit on your screen.
More than you want fitting on your screen.
What did I... There we go.
Was it Lothar or Logar? I'm sorry.
Lothar was the blacksmith.
That's what I had thought. I just wanted to make sure.
Specifically, Lorthar, Lorthar.
Gotcha. Okay, I missed the R in that one. But,
it's a dwarven mid R. They're easy to miss.
Those
But-
are ours.
did we got the hammer from him and the plate armor, correct?
Yes. Also, Ace would have seen that, no, his keen ability only lets him know things that he actually saw. So, I don't have to tell him that.
The reason why I was asking is just because I don't know if we ever actually gave those two pieces to anyone.
Oh, you mean to go into a
Someone's
Somebody's
inventory,
inventory?
so they don't get lost.
I will give you the hammer later, mostly because I still have to make a card for it. But the armor was just plate mail armor, so I'll throw one of those onto Van Wath real quick because you didn't get the good stuff yet.
Nope, not yet.
We'll get there.
Oh yeah, and the scale mail was Twiggy's, so I can
Yep.
get rid of that.
All right, Van Wath has some plate.
Yay!
And Twiggy's got scale. And I am cloaked in divinity.
For
Or something.
you just
Or something.
Just behold my feathers. Like
My magnificence.
Did you send a letter to the Countess 3 already?
Yes.
Or is that just a working? Okay.
I believe yes. Hold on. Let me make sure. Archaeology. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And you already, I know you sent the other one as well, so.
I have not.
I don't
Yep,
need to
and
ask
I
you
haven't
about that.
checked yet.
Correct. Okay.
I checked. I think no. I was gonna check on my way home, and then some plants scared me off.
Right?
Some plants might have terrified me just ever so slightly.
Leave
Just,
it to you.
Just a little bit. Nothing
Just-
much. No over extreme reaction. Just a little bit of scared.
a totally reasonable amount of reaction.
Totally reasonable amount of fear.
Okay. So, make sure my volume's
may or
up
may
because I
not
just
have
had to
yelled
fix
at
yours.
about Twiggy when he got back too. It's like, why do all the plants have to talk and move?
So,
They're supposed to say the same.
are you going to go explore the basement, which obviously won't need to take more than 30 minutes because it's obviously a completely normal basement, or are you going to wait to do that until after Sully Sparkle Hands arrives?
What time is it? I apologize.
It would be a
When do we have
little
to-
after 7 if you told her to be there at 7:36, and it's about a half hour to go.
So, I mean, do we want to just have we had dinner? Do we
You have
wanna
not.
just do we want to just have dinner, wait for Sally Sparkle Hands, and
I mean,
then
we could have dinner
If-
now. We could have the
Um,
dinner and invite Miss Sparkle to join us for the dinners. Is there all things we can do?
the worry I have is she's going to show up and she's going to try to raid proof our base, but she's going to be like, well, let's go check out downstairs, and we're going to we haven't been down there yet.
Okay. I mean,
Okay, go make a thing.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen. I go kitchen mixing.
This,
Okay, bye.
there is not enough time to count as doing a short rest between now and 7:30. However, if when she gets there, all you do is eat and talk and, discuss things, vis-a-vis no combat, no spells, we will assume that it can still count for a short rest if that condition continues until 7 o'clock. Until 9 o'clock.
To the way these people talk, it probably will.
Yeah. So, anything anybody's trying to get done in the next half hour-ish? Or are you guys just walking around in circles?
I missed my kitchen. Can't believe I missed my kitchen. Got lost in my own.
Well, I
house.
mean, Ace is standing in the middle of the fire.
I was not staying there before. Where how the hell? I'm just really trying to get acquainted with what I solely desire.
All right, well, there you go.
You desire to be on fire?
Apparently, he desires fire.
It's not as fun as it might seem, trust me.
This wizard's on fire.
Oh dear.
And now Cass is on stage.
Oh.
Oh god, no.
This show's horrible. I give it a 1 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm going back in here.
All right.
Put my nose in a book.
I can check a thing by doing this, I'm sure. I was seeing if journal entries would show up on a character sheet, and they do not. So that's fine. That's good. Everything's fine.
You can basically, if you want, you can add an item into an inventory that links to the journal entry.
Yeah, yeah. But at that point, I'm just going to create the item, because right now it's just a placeholder item anyway.
I would also return the leather armor to
Luther.
God, names are hard.
Names are hard.
On the windows in the stream.
Yeah.
To be fair, I do keep toggling back to the stream just to read the names, so it's not like I'm only one step ahead of you, not more than that.
I've done it too.
For everyone who isn't trying to figure out Ari's name or Morden's name, they are listed next to the players that they are currently inhabiting in the players list in the bottom left-hand corner.
Ah, I see that. Yay!
I'm assuming hers isn't because she's not currently inhabiting her player, and
Yes,
Morden's
that would
isn't
be true.
because he's not because he lists as a GM.
Gotcha.
Yes, and when I'm talking to GM, I don't between 2 seconds.
Although, right now her character is Rock. So
Oh, good. Oh, now I can see the map. Because now I'm a rock.
Well, he's a big rock.
he's a big rock.
I am a big rock. Which may be Cassidy's problem most of the time. There's big rocks on his head.
I'm just looking behind me, and as I walk, I'm doing the Jack Sparrow where he sees the crab just following him and getting closer. But it's a rock.
It's always in your mind.
Attunement to an item takes an hour.
1 hour,
Or
yes,
Okay.
and can be done during a rest.
Okay.
So if anybody is working on that, we can start those.
Yeah, I would probably take the opportunity since we have it now to get the captain's sword. too.
Okay. Basically, you're just going to spend an hour, walking around, carrying it, getting used to the weight, doing a little bit of fencing practice with it, checking the edge, trying to figure out how it feels a different balance than yours, and just generally getting a vibe for the item.
You vibing, children.
I'm in the right room to be doing sword drills.
Twiggy will spontaneously appear and offer you a really funky shaped potato. Go, here, cube this, and then scamper off. Be practical, do the thing. Yeah,
So she wants the first thing you slay with that new sword to be a potato.
behold potato.
All stories have to start somewhere.
I'm not a cook, but
But you are good with the sharp thing. Make with the sharp thing and make the cubes. Okay, bye.
All right. So is there anything else anybody is trying to get done between now and the arrival of Sally Sparkle Hands?
Nope. I'm just happy to be back in the kitchen and not in a blacksmith shop.
I mean, that does make sense.
Somewhere where you understand things.
Right? Let's see. I'm cooking a dinner. It's a bit of a stir fry with some roots and some things. I managed to put together a bit of a dough to make a noodle or two as it's going in here. And it's just a big old toss. So I will say that it is a... It's gotta look. Found some found some cheese, found a little cream sauce. Yeah, we're gonna have a cream sauce. So we're gonna have +1 ability scores to skill checks for intelligence, wisdom, and charisma.
Okie doke.
Which is one I have not made yet.
Oh no!
I'm currently trying to figure out how to do so.
That's fine. Okay, so you hear a knock at the door.
Is it time? Is it yeah? Do-do-do-do.
It is 7:34.
Do-do-do-do-do. Go up to the door.
He's early.
Okay, you go up to the door.
I go up to the door.
And you look through the hole, and there's nobody there.
There's nobody there. I will see if I can peer down through specifically. Is there a hint of blue hat?
You can't peer down hard enough.
I can't peer down hard enough. Like, okay, who goes? I call out through the door.
Is me. Wait, that's the wrong one.
It's me.
There you go.
That's it.
Hi.
Hello, Miss Sparkle Hands. And I open the door and
She's
let
like,
her in.
You can just see the tips of fingers as she's jumping up, trying to get her arm in view.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
You're just in time. We have some dinner here. I have a lovely little stir fry. Would you like to join us for some foods and we can talk about the possibilities, probabilities, and cost of things?
Yes, that sounds excellent.
Yay! They do the negotiating. I do the feeding. Come.
For those who aren't familiar with Sully Sparkle Hands, this is what is now standing at the door. A gnome just under 3 feet tall, with a massive tool belt and a massive blue hat.
Well, is it only massive because she's not?
I mean, partially.
It's normal, almost normal size for us. The problem is that she's only comes up to like our knees.
I like what you've done with the place. Murdering the former owners and all. That was a good choice.
They had some things that they wanted from us, and we didn't want to give it to them, so we took all they had. So, yeah.
I mean, that's reasonable.
Serving up a nice big plate of the creamy stir fry stuff. It is the tastiness. Heck yeah.
Okay. We'll bring Ace in here against his will.
There we go.
Dinner is prepared. You guys are having dinner in this, little stagey area, I guess?
It's closest off of the kitchen. It is now the de facto dining room.
Fair enough. I mean, you can always break the stage out and turn it into a dining room pretty easily.
I mean, yeah.
You could just sit on the stage and eat. It'd be like you're stooping.
Yep.
It's got 2 seats and 2 sets of stairs and stage. Plenty of things to sit on.
Okay, so what are you guys looking for?
Well, we have new place, and we haven't explored it all already. But we gotta go out of town for a couple of days, and knowing that the place is still here when we get back would be good. I think that's a start.
I mean, that sounds reasonable. But, I mean, were you just looking for some basic once-over to see where you have problems, or did you want a basic security overhaul, or did you want the good stuff?
What would the cost of... Give us a quote. What would you quote of just a... Obviously, you need to know the specifics to be able to give an accurate quote. But in order to do just a baseline...
A walkthrough of the property would be 2 gold. I mean, that's not going to be very time consuming. 10 or 15 minutes. We go over everything, and I show you exactly where I would attack this building if I was trying to get in. And then from there, we can talk more specifics. Generally, a mechanical security system, you're going to be looking at, I don't know, 20, 25 gold. It's not a big deal. If you want the good stuff gets as much money put at it as you want to spend on the good stuff. And if you want me to regularly keep an eye on the place while you're gone as a little bit of monitoring, then that's usually 2 gold per week.
Okay, and so you say you can do magical defenses. Are you the one doing that, or is that just someone you have a contact
I
with?
have subcontractors.
Okay.
Why am I not surprised by that? At the very least, we should be able to do the once over, and then we can start making decisions from there. How does that sound?
Yeah, I would
That
say
sounds perfect.
maybe see how bad this place is, and then decide from there.
Yes. I mean, if I've got a front door with a giant hole in it, but this from the whole giant hole in it, we still can't see when someone's at the door when they're small. I think that's a problem.
I mean, it is. I could be sitting there picking the lock and you'd never see me.
Yeah.
Can we make it so it shocks anybody that tries to pick the lock?
I think that would be one of the
What
good
do you mean
stuff
you're getting a super
obligated.
close up of Morden?
Well, I've got nothing.
I think it was the way he was sitting. He was taking up
okay.
most of the.
All right, well, that's fine. As long as it's not another problem on my end, because I really can't handle any more problems at the moment. All right,
Yeah,
so
it's probably because I'm sitting more upright than I normally do. That's all.
How could you have proper support, Morgan? I mean,
how dare
how
you?
could you be? How dare you look after your back health?
Somebody's got it. I can't find people to walk up and down my back every other day.
Wait, so we were taking her on a tour of the building.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
Let us take jazz hands around.
she takes you around the outside, and we're not going to walk everyone around the outside because I don't want to move 3 counters around the outside. But she goes around the outside, and basically,
Outside, you're not looking too bad. I mean, I would put a decent lock on that stable area because somebody could just pick that thing and sneak right in if they wanted to.
May
know.
have happened once already.
yeah, exactly.
But aside from that and a good door bar on the front door, maybe a peep mirror to be able to see who's at the front door if they're small. Aside from that, the outside is pretty good. The windows are all too small for anyone who's not polymorphing to be able to get in. And really, you can't make them small enough to stop somebody from polymorphing their way in, so that's about all there is for that.
We need the windows because sometimes fires happen.
But okay, so if we walk the rest
Right,
of the
Cass?
I've kept it under control.
room, we walk the rest, starting from this corridor up here. We come down here. This door got busted, so you'll need to replace that. Or take it out. I mean, either works. You got a washroom up here. I mean, that's a washroom. This room looks fine. Over here. This is somebody's playroom.
Yeah, previous owner's leader wanted to stay in that room. And put up a little wall of force in front of it for a while.
Alright, and we'll come over here.
I think he was afraid of Cass's questions.
It looks like this
It
at
definitely
one
was.
time was an entrance. This stonework here is kind of new. If you wanted, you could reopen this as another door, or you could just leave it as a wall. If you leave it as a wall, I would probably make it a little bit thicker, because it's not as sturdy as the rest of the stone structure. So that decision, either way, is up to you. And if we come over here, we come over here.
All right, so remember that this wall in the middle of the workshop area isn't here, and the workshop area didn't look like this. I just don't want to reload the old map because, it made Ace's computer explode each time.
Right.
So this is a couple weeks from now, look for what this is going to look like. But she's going to explain how we're going to get there in a second.
Okay.
Okay, so we come over here, and this is a workshop, and some of these things are gribbly, and I don't want to discuss what they might have been used for. But I think what I would do is, you guys are probably going to want to workshop a little bit, a little smithing, little whatever you do. So keep like half of this area and put up a wall maybe here. That would give you a stable area on the other side of the workshop. You could put in some mounts, you could put in some animals, you could have deliveries dropped off here that would still not get into the base. And this way you can have an exterior door which has a slightly weaker lock perhaps, and then something a little bit more sturdy further in. And at this point, if anybody triggers any traps that you set up over here or anything like that, that's their own fault. They're already inside, so obviously they were planning nasty things anyway.
The mention of having like a stable with animals, turkeys, all. I could have a big friend. This is gonna work so good. Oh,
Ben, I think you need to control the Twiggy. I don't know.
No.
I don't know if that's
Yeah,
possible.
And at the
It's
same
not
time,
possible.
Cass is like, ooh, test subjects.
Ace, if I needed you to roll a wisdom save for me, would you want to roll that off screen, or you want me to just roll a die on camera?
Roll a die on camera. So
Okay.
You can see.
oh!
I don't know what I rolled, but hey, yeah!
But yeah,
Nat 20.
That
Hell
sound was,
yeah!
that sound was the big roll.
kind of was hoping it would stay on the 2. Anyway,
Okay.
Oh my god, again.
I got some hot dice tonight. Let's hope that.
Make sure they're not.
Let's really hope that you guys don't have a combat encounter.
Right?
Just use them up.
Are you guys using this?
What we using?
To help those of us who can't see, what is she talking about?
She is. At
She's talking
the
about
wall.
that room that's sitting just next to the.
Yeah. She's along the wall, and she is.
The room that doesn't have any doors or anything.
She's kind of like walked over to one of the stone plates on the side of the wall, and hey, Greyman's gonna need all the help he can get. She points to a brick and then takes out her hammer, her like small masonry hammer, holds it by the head and uses the shaft of the hammer as a plunger. The rock slides in, and then this wall section here, you hear mechanical clicking noises.
Nice.
And a double bay door opens
Oh, jeez. Oh.
to a secret room that was in the facility.
Ooh, what's in it? Do we see like what's in it? Or...
What is in it is a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
This
Oh,
was
oh,
their.
oh.
This was their storage for the better stuff.
There,
I think this is
there
the good
is 3 or 4 chests, several armor stands with suits of armor on them, a couple weapons. Specifically, I have notes.
Like that, we're rich.
All right, I'm ready.
And show players, sort of. There is a tome 10 inches 10.5 inches long, 7 inches wide, an inch thick, bound in magenta canvas, a suit of studded leather armor. There's a big description. A meerschaum pipe with the head carved to resemble the head of a dragon. A short leather hat with soft black fur trim, a pair of soft leather boots, a bronze medallion engraved with a dolphin, a tube of magical force plugged with a stopper. The orange liquid inside smells like garlic. 3 arrows that feel incredibly tip heavy. The arrows are made of an incredibly dense gray metal. The fletching is brown and white striped. A empty terracotta jug. Even though empty, somehow it weighs 12 pounds. And even though empty, it makes sloshing sounds when you move it around. A brass medallion engraved with a minotaur head. A duplicate set of gauntlets of minotaur strength, which somehow look identical to the gauntlets of minotaur strength you already have. So you know exactly what that item is. A 14-inch long, perfectly white quill, a set of plate mail armor with a rounded helm, 2 pointed holes leaving the eyes minimally exposed. Attached to its side are 2 swept back bat wing shaped ornaments, yada yada yada. A small tattooing needle, a small silver pin resembling a theater mask, a copper amulet containing interlocking gears, a brass clockwork firefly 2 inches long, a gold capped and mouthpieced alarm horn, a small green feather token, and another suit of plate mail. In addition to all of that, there is also roughly 350 gold and 1,100 silver pieces also in the room.
Cass is going to be here all night identifying things.
You see, Cass, like the book falls out of Cass's hand as he's just staring.
And I was wondering where they hid their stuff.
You know, I don't think this was theirs. First off, none of this is all like grim, dark, spooky, we play with dead things like these guys were. And second off, they were pretty dumb. I just think this was sitting here the whole time and they didn't know about it.
Oh,
By
no.
the way, DM, I apologize.
Yes.
I might have missed it. What did I roll for?
A wisdom save.
Okay. So I don't know what happened. I just know I passed.
So you don't know what
play,
happened.
player knows I passed something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that you were just like, huh, and just kept going.
Okay.
But you felt really good about your huh for whatever reason.
I feel like you just accomplished something, even though nothing happened.
Yes.
It's crazy because Cass would never feel good about a.
Except this one.
This time he feels pretty good.
Yeah,
But
this.
I have picked up on that strange of his.
No.
Okay.
Like it was.
It was too subtle. Okay.
Yeah, it was just a split second thing.
It was just a.
Just a second.
It was just one of those, like sometimes you just walk through the room and stop for a second and go, I'm feeling good today. And then just keep going and you don't know why you even stopped to think that. That's what just happened.
I hope you failed because now we don't even know what you succeeded at.
I should have
Good job,
failed.
Cass.
Sorry, guys. I messed up again.
Well, we this is the cast department for the many of the things with the what the hex are they? And there's so many. I mean, I know what these are, and I pick up the gloves and seeing the hands wearing the gloves and the other gloves, I'm like, haha, know you. Got one. Haha. I know.
I mean, if you guys would like to take Miss Sparklehand around, I can kind of sit here for the next little bit while you do that and try to figure out what's going on.
Oh yeah, because she's still walking the property. So
Yeah. Okay.
by the way,
It's up to you.
as a meta point, in case anyone is trying to figure out why I just threw thousands of treasure points at the party, that's all the cards that have been played.
Yeah.
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 I-
So many cards.
So
Okay.
that is all of the cards, just all
Makes sense.
delivered in one
Dumped in a
spot.
room.
So would you guys like me to figure this out, or do you want me around for Miss Sparkle Hands thing as well, and we'll deal with this later?
Cass,
Deal
do
with
you
this
want to
later.
walk around with sparkle hands, or do you want to,
Stay in the
pick your
fun room
book
of
up
things.
and close your jaw a little bit and start reading what's going on in that room?
DM, can I
Yep.
have I she hasn't No, never mind. We're good.
Okay.
I'll sit here and start going through this. This is a lot of stuff. It'll take me a while.
Yeah, it'll take you a while.
Oh yeah. That's a
Now, the
minute.
good news is it's all like localized. So in 11 minutes, you'll know what's magical and what
what's
isn't.
magical and not. And
Yeah.
then it's just 11 minutes each time I need to figure out what it does now. But I mean, yeah, I can sit here if you guys want to keep doing the tour. I'll sit here and kind of figure out what's what.
You
All right.
you learn the thingies.
All right, I will go in and start detect magic.
And they are now suddenly blinded by the light.
All right, so that was all the descriptions that I just sent you privately.
Beautiful. I like privates.
Since, you can't get back in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Awesome.
still
Okay.
trying. I'll let you know if I get back in as well.
I'm gonna copy all this to my,
Okay.
so that way I can work on it when I figure out what's going on.
All right. So
Okay.
that was an interesting room.
Yeah. And
Oof, stuff.
Okay, and I mean, if we find another one of those, I'm sure everybody will be happy. But let's go over here. This is a kitchen. You know what that is?
My kitchen. And my storage and my room.
Don't ask. She sleeps in the pantry.
It's my pantry.
I've seen worse places.
I've slept in worse places, but it's still interesting that she
Okay.
decides to sleep with the herbs.
It smells better than the other rooms in here.
It does.
Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
The random dice rolls that aren't anything at all to be suspicious
the
about.
random
No,
dice
no.
rolls are her doing detection tests.
I know. It doesn't help my anxiety at all though when the DM is just randomly rolling dice.
Roll,
like it just
roll,
every clatter of the dice. Like even when the front part of my brain knows exactly what it's for.
Honestly, one of the best pieces of advice I've ever seen and read about DMing is just randomly roll dice, even if they mean absolutely nothing. Just roll dice.
So
Yeah.
I did one time. The players always knew that anything that I said or did as a GM was me trying to subtly see if they would pick up on if there was a perception check or not to be had. So they did a thing in a room, and then I waited a few seconds and then just started picking up handfuls of dice and dropping them skittered to the table. And Ari was like, "Is that a sound that I'm hearing?" And I go, "Yes." She goes, "I look around," and I go, "The roof is collapsing." And she's like, "Guys,
I
run."
remember that now.
Okay, so this is what we would call in the business a basement.
Yeah. It has not been down there yet. So we just kind of been, this is where we are and this is where we're not. Basements often have the creepies with the crawlies and sometimes the gnashing of the teeth.
I'd be more worried about finding more of what we were
Figured
dealing
out.
with earlier.
Yes, no,
or
they,
at least the stuff that they didn't really want anymore, or weren't sure what they wanted to do with yet.
perhaps they're using it as the cesspit, perhaps they're using it for deeper storages, perhaps they're just using it for, I don't know. This one was not so hidden as the other place, so wherever the not so nices that were here, they probably had things in the basement. Icky things in the basement. Granted, if they're not here anymore, they're just now so much trash, but me. Icks. Do you want to go into the basement?
You haven't checked what's in your basement yet?
We've
none of
been
it pressed for
Called
time.
it. I called it.
We have not actually had a moment to go down there yet.
That's
This is part of
what-
the reason.
We in the business would call a security risk, not knowing what's in your basement.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
We The suggestion may have
Very,
been
very
made.
tired.
We also had a meeting with the wallman and a meeting with the blacksmith, and we had to stop Cass from lighting a building on fire. I think there's a whole list here of things that I could go down saying as to why I haven't had a moment to do this yet.
They left
Well-
Twiggy alone here, but I was left alone in the kitchen, so I didn't leave the kitchen.
I mean, that's
Right.
reasonable.
To clarify, we actually kind of failed to stop him from setting the building on fire.
You are not wrong.
It's a good thing most of this one is stone, then.
That was not this building. That was a different one.
Oh,
A chunk
okay.
of that one was stone too.
So, yeah, normally I would say this is like a storeroom that leads into a cellar. And, like, you would use deep storage down there. I'm not sure why. First, this is almost like a tower separate from the building itself.
Is
Like-
it the same age? Like, it does look a little different. Is
No, I think this is older. Like, this was here before, and then the rest of the building was put around it to hide the tower. But this feels like this was a separate structure. I mean,
Okay.
everything in this building is actually really old. This is one of the oldest buildings in Eastgate. But that's why the architecture looks different. But this is a little bit older than the rest of the building is.
So this sounds like this is one of the moments where I should probably go down there first and not have the clanky follow me, okay?
Do you want me to come down with you? Or you want to go all Billy Badass and do it all by yourself?
It's not necessarily Billy Badass this one. I'm not dumb enough to go somewhere like this without help, but I also know I'd rather not sound the alarm going down the stairs.
Yes, his name is Luther, not Leroy. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so the two of you begin to go down into the totally normal cellar, which I will now open the scene.
Why do I suddenly feel like we're opening the door to
It's
the
actually called Totally Normal Cellar.
It is called Totally Normal Cellar. All right,
It's
so
called Totally Normal Cellar.
That's so reassuring.
isn't
that
it?
it's called
Isn't it
that.
just?
Especially when I don't have a token on the map, so it's just a big black nothing.
quick.
I will let everyone who's not Morden drop a token on the map just so that you guys can see what's happening.
Yeah, I could just go to the channel and watch there, like with everybody else.
I mean, you can, but
Ooh,
That's
it's
why
got
I'm
creepy,
actually in there,
creepy,
so-
creepy sound. The sound is creepy.
and let's put so she's right like this set of boxes here in the middle where I have her standing right now. That is pretty much where the stairs comes down, because I'm using a pre-existing map.
Okay.
Let's do this real quick. She grabs a small device off of her belt. Worst case, if we have to do this one, Theater of the Mind, we will, and I'll just show things to chat.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean,
Yeah, for
this
the
is not a
most
bad
part,
section to do Theater of the Mind because it's just like site exploration.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, if there's
Until we dig up the skeletons.
I meant to clarify that Luther would have put on one of the masks that we had.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
So that he had dark vision.
That works.
Twiggy's got one. It's always perched like in the leaves now on her head, like a true anime character. It's right here until she needs it, so she's all like.
I gotta give those idiots one thing: the mask is at least useful, even though I will never take it as day wear.
Theater of the stream.
All right. So, She begins walking forward through the chamber. I'm just gonna do it this way.
Assume Luther is staying basically with her.
Yeah. All right. So over here you have an area that is, just storage. You're not sure what's in any of these boxes, but they look just normal-ish boxes.
Normal as a box that comes from a cult of flesh assemblers can be.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Hey, second.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Would it be possible to switch to the combat screen so that way the map is bigger?
We can try. Okay.
Yay!
Yay, very nice.
Just so that way it's a little easier to see.
Okay. Much advantage. More than advantage. Okay, so you guys come over this way. And then there's a bit of this ladder is not here. I will remove that in the final version. And then there is another hidden underground workshop over here that you're going to have to explore what exactly is available. And as she comes around this way, and as you can see, this is pretty much the same floor plan as the building, right? This all makes sense. This is all just structure underneath of the building that you have. And then she comes over here, she walks around, and you guys are walking with her, and then she gets over here, and she's like,
Oh, that's huge.
Well, that's peculiar.
I was not expecting to see a cask down here.
Very large ale keg.
Yeah. And more importantly, this one here on the south wall. This one here.
she kicks at the front of the cask. And the front panel of the cask, of the barrel, and the
giant draft comes out of it.
rather than liquid spilling through, it indents and then kind of like springs out a little bit. She grabs it by the spigot and pulls up.
That is a good secret door.
It is.
I wasn't expecting to see one of these here. This is a Michelin design. This is really good.
Oh, what does? Wait, I'm not there. Never mind.
You're not there.
A what design?
I'm just over here.
Michelin.
You're playing with
it's-
magic things.
It's the name of the trap setter that this design is traditionally considered to have originated with. Every secret door design, every trap set design actually has a name. I mean, most adventurers don't know what they are. That's fine. That's kind of how they work. People don't know how to recognize them.
Sounds fair enough. So I'm going to take it then that, your kick and pull method here has opened up a trap door of sorts.
Yes, as she wiggles through, because I mean, really, all she needs to do is stoop a little bit. Anybody else would have to kind of go through on their hands and knees because it's only like a 3-foot tall door. She kind of just has to take off her hat.
Oh no! Don't make her take off her hat.
And as she goes through with her light source, you can see that on the other side is a cave of natural stone.
This is minorly problematic.
You guys didn't know this was here, did you?
No, we did not.
Okay. I'm gonna go down. Wait here. If I hear anything, you'll know.
And she disappears around the corner, out of sight from you guys.
2 gold well spent, I'm just saying.
If she's a professional, she's finding this a fun afternoon. So
And she goes all the way across, or she goes out of view for a minute. And then a minute or two later, she comes back around the corner, huffing a little bit.
Okay, so I just walked about 200 yards of this, and I'm pretty sure that this is an old escape tunnel from the old days of the Black Fortress, back when this used to be a military front line.
Okay. So that sounds like that's something we're going to have to
Luther
check.
and Van Wath, you guys can make history checks. Do you want me to roll, or do you want to roll if you have d20s nearby, or just have a program open?
You can go ahead and roll for me.
Okay.
I
You're probably like a -8 or something.
yeah
You rolled a 6, so I don't care.
yeah.
I'm proficient in history. Can I make a check?
Yes, you can.
I do not remember what my proficiency is in that one. I think it's just my intelligence. Remember right?
I'm not there. Never mind.
All right. None of you make double digits, so I don't care.
You rolled for me?
Yes, you rolled a 3.
Oh, okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, wait, you have advantage.
And I have a plus.
And a +1. Okay. With that, you will have rolled at least an 11 plus your intelligence. You know what she's talking about insofar as castles were designed to really only ever have one official way in and out. However, it would be very dumb to build a structure where the only way out when you're being besieged would be through your besiegers.
Right, it's a sally port.
Yeah. So most of these old battle fortresses are literally riddled with secret sally ports that pop up somewhere outside of the wall. It is very possible that this one popped up like in a small crag in the ground just outside of the port, either because sappers dug under or because it was a sally port designed to go out via. Either way, it is quite, what she's telling you is that it is quite likely that this gives you a second undisclosed way to get in and out of the fortress without being seen.
That was actually about to be my question. Is this leading into the fortress? And it sounds like that was just answered.
Seems to be. I mean, I didn't go all the way to make sure, but I went most of the way. And it looks like this goes under the wall. And I know there's no damage to the wall on this area, so it either needs to stop short, just outside of my field of vision, or it goes under and has just been here for hundreds, maybe 1,000 years, maybe more. I mean, it's stone. I'm not a dwarf. I can't tell you how long ago the stone was worked, but I can tell you it was long enough ago that you can't tell.
Well, that is good to know. Well, I think we need to go let everybody upstairs know what's going on down here. And then we can start having discussions about what exactly we're going to pay you to do, other than, what you've done so far.
Yeah, because I think the amount of work you want me to do probably just went up, because I can't tell you what's at the other end of this line, but I'm pretty sure you don't want them popping up in your basement.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with you there. So let's go talk to everybody else and get out from this place I can't see very well without wearing a mask.
Right.
So let's go up top.
And on that note, we will actually be stopping for the first part of the episode because that will be just about an hour into it now, give or take technical difficulties, of which there were many. So, if you are sitting here on, if you're watching this on YouTube, please be a good like and throw. Please be a good werewolf, like and subscribe. If you're sitting here on Twitch, just let me ramble for a few seconds and then we'll get back into the action again. In the meantime, yada yada yada. New episodes going up on Tuesday and Friday. We have another campaign on Twitch on Thursdays. Videos for that are going up on Thursday and I think Sunday. I don't know. I haven't made any of them yet. So, but I'll tell you when it happens. Until then, it's. I mean, for you, it's the past. For me, it's the future. This is just how this thing works. So, but I want to thank our players. I want to thank Lost Without a Trace, Scorched Ace 97, Ari Cypress Everly, Greymane Gaming, and Morton 56. And we will give you all a stupid wave, and we will be back to see you in the next episode. Bye!